Hello ladies and gents, welcome to the channel of Issues, where I talk about them all, the good, the bad, the crazy, the insane, the ones we typically talk about each other, mostly behind each other's back, because that's what we do, because we all have issues. How we deal with our issues, that is the difference. My name is Miss Charlotte. You can look at me as your favorite cousin or your big sister or your homegirl around the corner, or I am Big Auntie Charlotte, but I'm the kind of auntie that keeps it 100% raw, unfiltered, and honest, and it comes from a place of love, disciplinary love and tough love, because these are issues. We all have them. The best thing for us to do is to try to deal with them so that we can heal and become better people. All right, no more sweeping them under the rug, no more ignoring them. Let's just deal with them the best way that we can. And remember, I am so dead serious. When I'm talking to you guys, I'm also talking to myself. I'm human just like you guys. I got my own ish that I be trying to deal with. And today I wanted to make this video coming from a real place. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sit up here and try to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. You know, I'm talking about cultural appropriation, or is it cultural appreciation? What is it? And the reason why I want to talk about it today is because I had to do this event and I hired this catering company. So when I went to go meet the staff, one of the girls that I met, she had box braids, and it wasn't the type of box braids that was like, you know, considered acceptable. They would be considered ghetto box braids if they were on a black girl. But what made me annoyed and upset and a little bothered was she was white. So when I met her, I kind of was thrown off. I looked up and I was like, oh, and she was looking at me, you know, because here I am with braids, but I'm the boss. So, and also not only that, when I'm at my job, I don't even wear my braids like this. I wear them up, you know, because even as the boss, I'm still kind of concerned with what's going to be considered ghetto, what's going to be considered acceptable. So even in my own awareness and even in my own, you know, insecurities, I, you know, make sure that even when I do something that I know is, you know, cultural and beautiful, even I try to be conscious as to how I go to work. So when I saw her with these box braids, I was a little like, okay, how they let you come out and represent these box braids for this luxury event? My question was, would they have allowed that if she was black? Would they have made her put it up? Would they have said, well, you can't go on this gig because you have box braids? I don't know, but that's what was bothering me. So I said to myself, well, why are you so bothered by this? And I think it has a lot to do with just the history, okay? For a long time, we've been brainwashed that kinky is not right, that only straight is right. You know, white is right and nothing else. And so when in 2019, you have a little girl who got suspended from school because of her braids. In 2019, you got a little boy who was suspended for having locks. In 2019, you had a young man who couldn't finish his wrestling match until they cut his locks. So even in today's times, they still say to us that our hair in its natural state is not acceptable, but it's acceptable for them to do it, and it is okay, and it is cool, and it is artistic, and it's hip when they do it. So I think that's why it bothers me the most. So again, I call myself somebody that's open-minded, and I love everybody. I have friends of every race, every kind. I have, you know, straight, gay, transgender friends, white, black, Asian, Latina friends. I consider myself one of these, you know, loving people. So it bothered me that I was bothered. And when I'm like that, how I deal with my issues is I research it. I think it out. I try to think it through. I try to figure out why I'm feeling this way. And the other question that I want to say is, when black people, black women, when they get weaves, straight hair, you know, is that a cultural appropriation for them, or is it still brainwashing? How is it that we as black women are allowed to get weaves, wear blonde hair, stuff that's totally not quote unquote our culture, but because we've been brainwashed that that is what's considered beautiful, you know, we run to that. And you have so many beautiful black women who will never, ever, ever accept their natural kink because they've been brainwashed for so long that it's not beautiful. And I'll be the first to admit, it took me a long time. It took me into my late 20s for me to finally, you know, accept my kinks. And I love my kinks, but I do love hair. I do love hairstyles. You know, I'm a big Dinah Ross fan, if you don't know that. It was because of her glam that I just love a lot of hair, and I love a lot of big hair. So I prefer big hair over anything, but I finally do love and embrace my locks. But there's a lot of people who still don't. So can we accuse them of cultural appropriation when kinda in today's society we are now allowed to accept our kinks? And supposedly there's no more brainwashing. And so I was on my hairstylist IG, and I noticed that she had a lot of white women as clients that got boxed braids. So I decided to call her, and I said, can I come interview you today? Because I really want to know what the hell is going on. Like, I kind of want to know, is it cultural appropriation or what is it? Why am I seeing more white women wearing braids, and not just the Bo Derek look? I mean, they're wearing what we would consider the hood braids, the box braids, the braids with the colors. You know, the black bougie girls would call it the ghetto braids. The ghetto girls would call them the hip braids. So I'm seeing white girls with almost every style braid that we have, and it's almost like, can we keep something to ourselves? That's my issue. Like I said, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend to be something that I'm not. I am a little bit bothered. So I decided to go see my girl Joreen, who has white clients, and I'm going to share that interview with you right now. As you can see, this is a very cultural hair salon, okay? So we're going to go in and we're going to talk to my hairstylist, Joreen. So we're just going to ask her real questions. Is this a new thing? Has people, you've been doing hair for years, over 20 years.
Easy.
Okay, so is this a new thing? What is going on with the white girls coming in with their hair, coming in and getting their hair box braids? Are they acting black? Are they with black men? I mean, just what's going on with the white women getting their hair braided?
Well, this has been going on for years. This is nothing new. I mean, I've been here for over 20 years, and in these 20 years, I could probably say about 30% of my clientele getting braids are white, Hispanic. And actually, as the years went on, it kind of grew to almost 50%. So to me, it's nothing new. You know, to me, it's nothing new.
So when they come in, what do they say to you when they come in? Like, how do they ask, like, just how do they come in here? I'm still tripping. Like, what do they say when they come in here? Do they, you know?
Well, okay, so this generation is different. So the girls that come in now, whether they be white, Hispanic, Armenian, you know, I get every race is Chinese, you know, they come every race. And they tend to come in and say, depending on what they want to get. They want to get like 2 braids. They'll say, can I get those braids like Khloe Kardashian? Or Kim Kardashian. And they'll come and they'll show me this picture of Kim Kardashian or Khloe Kardashian, and this is what they're looking for. So in this day and age, they don't realize that these braids have been around forever. it's always like to them it's like a new phenomenon. Like, oh my God, 2 braids. Chloe's wearing them, boxer braids. Kim's wearing them, and she's attaching 2 to the side, and they feel like it's something spectacular. And to me, in my mind, when they come in, I'm like chuckling, like, you've got to be kidding. But, you know, business is business, and I go ahead and I just roll with it. I don't, you know, I generally don't kind of get on them. Sometimes when I get used to them and they start coming in often, then I'll laugh and I say, girl, don't be telling me about no Kim and Chloe braids, you know, as they start to get to know me, because then they'll feel comfortable. But yeah, that's pretty much.
And so what about the black girls that come in here when they ask for braids? Are they saying Khloe Kardashian, Kim Kardashian too?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Generally, no. But there was one time I had a black girl come in here, and it was her very first time in here, and she was like, I wanted to know if I can get 2 braids done. And I'm like, I go, yeah, you can get 2 braids done. And she goes, and I said, how do you want them off to the side? You want it in the middle? Where do you want to part? She goes, I want my hair done like Khloe Kardashian. And I go, and me, normally, I don't trip on people because this was her first time. So I'm really, really friendly. So in a joking way, I laughed. I said, girl, don't you ever go into a black salon and ask for no Khloe Kardashian braids. I said, you should know better than that. And she was like, oh. And I go, no, there's no oh. I said, you don't go into a black salon and ask for no Kim or Khloe Kardashian braids. That is an insult to me and to anybody else who's black when you go into a salon and ask a question like that.
But you were more harder because she was a black girl and thought she knew better. But the white girls, it's not that it's okay, but you kind of, why do you let them get away with it and not chastise them like chastise the black girl?
Because they don't know no better. She should have known better. I could see if she was like a young teenager or something. She was well into her early 30s. Okay. So she had no business coming in here asking for no Khloe or Kim Kardashian braids. We've been around forever. Auntie, grandma, cousin, best friend, homegirl down the street. You don't come in and ask for no Khloe and Kim when you know better than that.
So do you think this is another form of brainwashing for that black girl to come in and even ask for something that's her culture, to ask for a Kim Kardashian instead of to ask for like a Gabrielle Union hair, or to ask for, Alicia Keys or like the editor of Essence magazine.
Right.
Because they don't push them.
Right. No.
So do you think maybe she's still brainwashed even in her own culture? Here she is as a black girl asking for a Kardashian hairstyle as a black girl. So do you think maybe it's still, the brainwashing is still?
It could be, yes, absolutely. It could be the brainwashing is still in our heads, and a lot of people think that white is right. So, for the girl to come in and say to me she wanted Khloe Kardashian braids, I was offended. I was offended, and I was trying to be cool about it, and I laughed. I was offended because how can you, in your mind, even fix your mouth to even ask me for some braids? And you being a black woman to another black woman, knowing all the years and years, the centuries that we've worn braids and never have gotten our just due on this hairstyle. Because as soon as a Kim comes out and wears it, and a Bo Derek comes out and wears, oh my God, that's beautiful. Bo Derek, oh my God, look at Khloe, oh my God. That, to me, hearing it from a black woman is just a slap in the face. And I deal with a lot of stuff, but something like that, she couldn't get past me with that one. I had to tell her, and she laughed it off, and she understood what I was saying. But I when you're white and you're other cultures, when you come in like that, I can understand that more, but I can't understand that from a black woman. No.
Wow.
My name is Joreen Chisholm, and this is Platinum Shears Hair Salon at 15650 Nordoff Street in North Hills, California.
And you take anybody hair and you give anybody a box of braids. It do not bother you at all.
It doesn't bother me at all. I'm so used to it. It doesn't bother me. I do everybody's hair. Doesn't bother me. I love everybody. I have nothing against anybody. Some things need to be put in perspective. I mean, but like in general, white, Hispanic, whatever, wearing box braids, sometimes it could be bothersome when you see it because they're walking down the street and everybody's like, ooh, ah. And then if I walk down the street next to them, it's just like, no big deal.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
You're welcome.
you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I'm going to have your IG up so that people can start following you as well. And thank you so much for your honesty. And thank you for always doing a great job on my hair.
Oh, you're welcome. Love you. Peace.
There you have it. We just left my hairstylist, Joreen. And I guess I feel a little bit more understanding. I don't know, maybe a little bit more aware that this has been going on for a long time, and I guess it is a trendy thing, and right now the Kardashians are making it trendy, like, you know, Bo Derek did back in the day. That story about the black girl asking for the Kardashians was kind of sad, but then again, I don't know, maybe, you know, we say we want change, right? We say we want all of us to be equal, right? So maybe we are really coming to that point where that is going to happen. You know, maybe years down the line when I'm old and, you know, not doing anything anymore, maybe it might be a time where a white girl may go in and say, oh, can I have a, you know, Gabrielle Union hairstyle? And a black girl may go in and say, oh, can I have a Kardashian hairstyle? Maybe it will become where it's just about the hair and it's not about the race. That would be in a perfect world. But you have to understand that it's still a sensitive time for some of us. Again, we are still being brainwashed that we're not enough still to this day, and you still have so many beautiful black girls that are still brainwashed, who really believe that their hair is bad hair and that straight hair is good hair, that kinks is not good. Even with the natural wave, you know, trend that's going on, you still have so many beautiful black girls in small towns that do not feel beautiful in their natural state because society has told them that they're not. So that's why it still bothers us when we see white people wearing our stuff and being praised for it, but when we wear our own stuff, we're being reprimanded for it or we're being punished for it. So it kind of hurts. And I think I just answered my own question. That's what it is. It's still deeply rooted for me. And, you know, I wish everybody peace and love and positive vibes. But I just had to be real. I have to be my authentic self. That's what this is all about. These are issues. And I'm dealing with mine just like you're dealing with yours. So tell me what you think. Remember, we are all grown. So we can agree to disagree. We do not have to call each other out of our names. We do not have to be mean. We do not have to be bullies to make our point. So please leave your comments, but no hate. There's no place for hate. If you leave a hateful comment, I'm going to delete it. Now again, we can agree to disagree, but be grown about it. All right? If you understand where I'm coming from, give me the thumbs up. If you don't, give me the thumbs down. We can agree to disagree. It's all good. It's free will, freedom of speech. But just be kind. Do not be rude. Do not be hateful, because you will get deleted. At the end of the day, don't forget, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social at Miss Burley to you. And until next Wednesday, because every Wednesday I will have an issue that I will be dealing with. And I will be here every Wednesday. See you later.